Greetings, friends, and welcome to Enigma Night Gaming. My name is Liara, and I will be your guide in today's adventure. Today, we're playing Tangle Tower, and in our last episode, we arrived at this mysterious tower to investigate a murder. Well, we've met a couple of the suspects, and suffice to say, they are a rather interesting bunch. Today, we are going to head to Fifi's room, and we need to question Felix about these red paints he's got. Is it blood? I don't know. How did he paint things red when he has no red paint? So, without further ado, let's hop into the game. All right. You got some papers on the floor?
Scientific formulas.
Okay. Can't have science without energy drinks, right?
I'll openly admit I have no idea what any of it means.
Energy drinks here?
I
Maybe?
don't know what that drink is, but I bet it's 99% sugar.
That sounds about right.
I'd read you the ingredients, but there's nothing written on the can.
That's even worse.
All right, what is there anything on this notepad?
What's that big book on the desk?
That one?
Looks like something Fifi's been writing.
Is it a clue?
Maybe.
I hope not. It's just a bunch of notes about her microbiology experiments.
Okay. Well, what is with this?
It's a magnifying glass. A big one.
Yeah, a really big one.
How come you don't have one of those?
Why? Because I'm a detective? Should I start
Exactly.
smoking a pipe too?
And wearing a funny little brown hat and grow a
You
mustache.
couldn't pull off a pipe.
The insults. We got a teddy bear.
A new suspect!
Oh my goodness.
Don't think you can get out being questioned just because you're a bear.
I'm innocent, I promise.
They're having too much fun with this.
Save it for the judge.
All right, what is this machine?
It looks like a microscope. A big one.
Everything's big.
Can I touch it?
Yeah, let's look at it more. What do we got here?
I'm not sure this is a microscope.
Okay. Horizontally slide the 4 magnifying lenses to the correct positions. Okay. Okay, so are we supposed to, let's see. Oh, this makes it smaller. Okay, I understand. That one's definitely gonna go on this one, I think. This is like triple magnification. Okay, so we have a triple magnification, which I think would probably go here. And then this one, right? So let's see. Can we make them line up? It's supposed to make a key, right? Maybe there's nothing here. Oh, we got it. Maybe we need to make this smaller. I see. Okay. We need to overlap them a bit. We're trying to make like a key. So very, very close. It's probably not it though.
Nothing.
Still
You
nothing.
want to start by finding, or vice versa.
Okay. This part is just too big. It's gotta reduce. I really almost feel like this part needs to be more like this. Okay, actually that does look right there. Oh. Okay, I've been doing it wrong. Alright. So there, okay, this is where we want. Right? Is that right?
That's the one.
There we go. Oh my goodness, that was tricky. I'm not good at that kind of
Hey,
stuff.
not bad.
We did it though.
Sounds like it unlocked.
What's gonna be inside?
Yeah, it's built on top of a little metal box.
Oh boy.
There's a book in here.
Oh, well, we definitely want to check that out. A secret diary, a well-used book resembling a diary. It's locked with a strange metal device. Can we unlock it? It looks like it's gonna require a code, right? Okay. Is that gonna be one of our items now, I wonder? Is there anything else in
We
there?
already solved it.
Okay. We can't open this, huh? All right, we're gonna have to find something. Maybe we can find a screwdriver and open the other side. Got lots
Stuff
of
Fifi's
papers.
thrown away.
More
You
of her
gonna
work.
rummage through the trash can?
Maybe.
No, that is quite beneath me. Thank you.
I definitely wasn't rummaging through the
I give it
trash.
5 minutes before you're in there.
I mean, she's not wrong.
A pretty ornate window with a great view of the lake.
Oh boy.
We're supposed to be looking for clues, not assessing the real estate value.
And over here, you'll see the owners use sheets of paper to block out all that unnecessary natural light. A simple trick, but it really transforms the space.
He's moonlighting as a real estate agent. We got some books here.
That's a whole lot of books.
We've got chandeliers.
Crystal chandeliers. Extra fancy.
Oh boy.
I don't know. They just seem old-fashioned to me. Plus, they're kind of dusty.
Oh boy. Anything about her bed?
It's a bed.
Barely.
Indeed. What about this chart?
Fifi's got something pinned up here.
What is all this?
Let's take a look. So we have people that are matched up. Who is matched up with who? This is like who is with who, I think. Is that supposed to be us? I don't know.
Arrows connecting all the different suspects.
They're not labeled, though.
Yeah, they're completely meaningless. Is that supposed to be me? Why do I look so angry?
That's just the face you make when you're thinking. Does make you wonder, though. When did Fifi draw all this?
Mm-hmm. And there's
And that's you, Sally.
Sally, yeah.
What? I do not look like that,
Oh boy.
do I?
Dot dot dot.
Who is that?
No idea.
This is Felix.
I think that's supposed to be Felix.
We'll probably have to come back here after we meet more people.
That's gotta be Flora.
All right. Have we met her?
Who's that?
Not sure.
Okay, so we haven't met any of these people. What about her? I think she's a new one too.
Who's that?
Not sure.
Okay, so we need to come back here after we've met
Did
a
you
few
notice
more
who
people.
Isn't on here?
Freya?
Freya?
Yeah, that's what I was
Mhm.
thinking.
And
Oh, yeah.
Fifi herself.
Fifi's not here either. Interesting. All right, what is this?
Boxes. Of stuff.
Oh boy. Okay, I think that might be everything here for now anyways. Let's go ahead and move on and talk to Felix. And ask him about the paint. Suspicion.
So, about this paint we found in your room.
Nothing suspicious about it.
Really?
I used it to paint, obviously. Totally normal thing to do.
We never
Uh-huh.
said it was suspicious.
Come on then, out with it. What exactly are you accusing me of?
It's not your paint pot?
It's not your paint pot. Did you take it from somewhere else?
What on earth? It's definitely mine. I even have proof. Look,
Oh?
the lid matches the ones on all my other paint pots. End of discussion.
That's not the end of the discussion.
We need a clue to compare with Felix's red paint. Something to prove who it actually belongs to.
Okay. Let's see. Do we have Freya's paints? All right. I want to actually, before we do that, I want to look at the painted models. Okay, it's got this symbol on it, right? So let's compare it to Freya's paints. They've all got that symbol on it, right? Except for that one. They swapped it. That's his. So it should be this one.
Let's take a closer look at this.
This one doesn't belong. Okay, so what is the connection? Freya's red paint pot was stolen and replaced with Felix's red paint pot. was broken by... No, because this one's not broken. And broken by Felix and used as the murder weapon? What did we do? And both were left in Flora's tower, but the lids were swapped to hide it? Yeah, that's true.
Freya's red paint pot was stolen and replaced with Felix's red paint pot, but the lids were swapped to hide it.
Is that right?
That red paint is from Freya Supplies.
It
not
is.
yours.
It's the same
Swapping
label.
the lids doesn't hide what you did.
Why are you bothering me about paint anyway? None of this is connected to your murder.
But there was a paint pot of blood, right? Let's see. Freya, let's see. The red paint pot was somehow filled with blood by Freya after Freya used it to paint Flora. Before Freya used it to paint Flora. The red paint pot was somehow filled with blood by Freya several weeks ago. Before Freya used it to paint Flora. Or after Freya used it to paint Flora. Maybe that. Because why would she paint with blood? Let's try this one. This one makes the most sense to me, but it could be incorrect.
This red paint pot was somehow filled with blood after Freya used it to paint Flora. Almost. Maybe just change one thing.
Should it be before Freya used it to paint Florida?
This red paint pot
There we go.
was somehow filled with blood before Freya used it to paint Flora.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was
Oh,
before or after.
That's definitely something.
Yeah,
Right.
just a little bit.
Fine. Here's the story.
Okay,
I was
I'm all
busy
ears.
working on a project. When I
Indeed.
suddenly realized I had run out of red paint. There
Okay.
was a certain amount of time pressure. So I politely asked Freya if I could borrow hers.
Okay.
Just for a little while, you know. Perfectly reasonable request.
Of course, of
But
course.
she said no.
I tried to explain why I needed it, but she didn't seem to care.
It's her
So,
paint pot.
Well, I took Freya's red paint pot and swapped it with my own empty one.
You went into her room.
Not my proudest moment.
Oh, boy.
But it's just paint. I didn't touch anything else.
And the paint pot you left behind was definitely empty?
Quite. I have absolutely no idea how it got blood in it, if
Oh,
that's
boy.
what you're asking.
Why were you in such a hurry to get a hold of red paint anyway?
Right.
I was trying to finish this in time for Flora's birthday. I needed red
Okay.
to paint the final details.
Could you not have just used a different color?
Out of the question. It had to be red and white.
I'm guessing
You
that's the
managed to
color of
finish
the
it.
bird.
Why haven't you given it to Flora yet?
Well, I decided against it in the end. After what happened, seemed a bit insensitive.
I guess so. Alright, does he have anything else to say? I'm guessing not. Alright, we've done everything. We can ask him about some more items, though. We can ask him about Fifi.
My daughter Fiona, our little burgeoning genius. You've met her?
Yes.
We did. She's going by Fifi these
And
days.
she's very nice.
So I've heard. I asked her some weeks ago, what's wrong with your real name? She told me, get this, she wanted a name with an even number of syllables.
Okay.
She makes up the strangest things when she's under pressure.
What
Why is
makes
she
you
under
think she
pressure?
made that up?
I happen to know the real reason she prefers Fifi over Fiona.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah?
It's what Freya called her.
Oh, okay. What about our items? Let's ask about the remaining items.
Freya was quite the talent. She had a way of capturing the spirits of her subjects. Not in an evil way, in a good way.
Okay.
That's one of Freya's paintings, is it not? It's impressive, but a little miserable for my tastes.
Oh boy. The ripped
My
photo.
daughter Fiona and her best friend. They grow up so fast.
Do you know why it's ripped like that?
Ah, yes. I didn't even notice. No idea.
Uh-huh. The bird book.
Where did you find that?
It was in the library.
Really? How odd. Why would someone lock up a book like that?
We think it's a secret diary.
Ah,
We could ask Fiona about
funny,
it.
Aren't they?
Ask Fifi what she thinks. Alright. So let's go ahead and move. Let's go ahead and ask Fifi about it. I mean, worst case, she tells us none of our business, right? Any new people? No new people. So let's just ask about the couple of things we
Do you
found.
know who was reading this book?
It belongs to my mother.
Of course
And
it does.
She left it in the library?
No, my mother's not been in the library for some time.
Interesting.
A book. My book.
Mm-hmm.
What's in it?
Pages.
You're not gonna tell us anything?
There's something about the image of Flora in the painting. Something suspicious.
Okay.
Let's ask her about it.
Yeah, let's go. Let's find out what's up. Alright, well. It's definitely a younger picture, right?
So, this painting, specifically that knife in Flora's hand,
Yeah, it's creepy. But we didn't find a knife anywhere in the room. So what's going on?
He says nothing. It's a bird feather, though. It's not a knife.
it's not a knife.
He's like, you
We need a clue
knew.
to compare with the painting. Something to explain what that knife shape actually is.
The bird book. Right? Yes.
Let's take a closer look at this.
Exactly. Alright, so the painted knife and a feather is made out of, no, is actually just a feather from an ink dip bird.
The painted knife is actually
That one was
just
easy.
a feather from an ink dip bird.
Exactly.
It's definitely the right shape, but the book's not in color. The
Mhm.
thing Flora's holding in the painting is red and white, specifically. Is there anything to suggest that the ink dip bird is red and white too?
Yes, the thing that Felix did, the painted model. This one.
This little thing? I don't understand why Felix would make a model of this bird as part of a gift for Flora. And come to
I
think of
mean,
it,
she must
why
like
would
them,
Flora be
right?
holding a feather in the painting anyway?
Her bird. So let's see. The ink dip bird was Penny's pet. No, attacked Flora. Was Flora's pet. So she kept a single feather to remember it by. Is there anything else? I think it's was Flora's pet, right?
The ink dip bird was Flora's pet, so she kept a single feather to remember it by.
Yes, that's what I
She
think.
kept the bird as a pet. And it died?
Maybe.
Or
Maybe it
something
flew
happened.
away.
Flora spends all her time staring out the window.
Either
Makes you
way, she
wonder.
kept the feather. I think it was pretty important to her.
Yeah, I definitely think
Alright.
so too.
So she was holding the feather while Freya was painting her. But where is it now? You'd think she'd keep it somewhere close by.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think she does. Normally. This is where Flora usually keeps her feather.
In the egg, maybe? The empty egg? That's what I would think.
But we opened it. It's empty.
Right?
Completely empty.
Mm-hmm. There's nothing in it. She gonna say
Flora?
something?
She's pointing at something in the corner of the room.
Is it the
It's
gramophone?
just a pile of books.
Oh.
They're not... Wait. There's something tucked inside this
Oh.
one.
What is it? Is it the feather? Oh, Flora's drawings. Drawings of Flora and a small bird. There's a handwritten message on the back. These are for you. Love, Freya. Oh, it's like how she loved her little bird. It's got a little heart and everything. Let's ask her about it. So we'll just go ahead and get all of our silence
What do you think
responses
of your
out of the
husband's
way.
hobby?
Do you have any hobbies?
Of course not.
You haven't seen this yet, have you?
Now she
It's a
has.
little model of you. Who were the other people next to you?
All right, Freya's drawings. The ripped
This is
photo.
a photo of Fifi, isn't it? Your daughter?
A bird
Have you
book.
seen this book before? Do you know who it belongs to?
Is she gonna say it's hers?
I really thought she was gonna say something there.
She says nothing about that. Now, what about
I
the
like
drawing?
these drawings, Flora.
Is there a reason why you wanted us to see them?
Yes, but apparently we're gonna have to figure that out. Let's ask about
We
Fifi.
spoke to your daughter, Fifi. She's some kind of super intelligent scientist. You must be proud of her.
What about Felix?
We met Felix, your husband. He's one of our suspects, and he seems pretty suspicious if you ask me. So, if you want to stick up for him, now's your chance.
She's just like, I'm saying
Nice
nothing.
try.
All right. Well, so what exactly can we do now? I guess let's go explore the next room of the house. Actually, we could go out here. I want to check what's out here because I'm curious. This is the one room outside we haven't examined. Who is this?
Whoa. Nice cape.
You're not
In-
fellows
indeed.
or pointers. I'm sure I shall immediately regret asking. But who are you, and what is your business here?
I'm Sally, and this is my sidekick, Grimoire.
A private detective, Grimoire.
Really? You're a detective. This
Indeed.
is a joke, it's not a good one.
Who are you, anyway?
Private Detective Hawkshaw.
Oh, nice. Hawkshaw's
Okay.
a cooler name than Grimoire. Maybe I'll become her sidekick.
You're not on the Flora Fellow case, too, are you?
That is classified information between myself and my client.
Is it?
Clearly, this is something which eludes you. But a real detective refrains from handing out informations to persons unknown.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Now, if you would, I have work to do.
Oh boy. What about yourself?
It's not in my interest to discuss personal details.
Even if you're one of the suspects in a murder?
Very well. Let us make a small exception.
Okay, we're
Ask.
listening.
Oh, what are you doing here?
I'm on a case at the behest of my client.
How long have you been at Tangle Tower?
133 hours.
Okay.
5.5 days.
Who are
Okay,
you
so
working
definitely here during
I
the
am
murder.
not at liberty to answer that. Now, I shall permit you one more question.
for? What crime are you...
How'd you get that scar? It's cool.
You really think so?
Oh boy.
As it happens, I completed an examination of Flora's room on the morning before the murder. I've been
And?
investigating every single room at Tangle Tower.
I mean,
Hers
that's
is
what
one
we're
of the
gonna
last
do.
on my list.
Did you find anything unusual?
Nothing but a thin layer of dust and an atmosphere of somber melancholy.
Was
Okay.
Flora in there at the time?
She spent the duration of my search staring up at the sky,
Of
out the
course.
open window. Didn't say a word, although I'm told this is the expected behavior.
What did you do after that?
I spent the early evening searching the library. It took longer than it should have. Fiona leaves
Okay.
that room in a permanent state of disarray.
Fiona was in the library too.
I expected her to make an appearance, but she did not.
And you stayed in the library the rest of the day?
Not quite.
Okay. Statement.
Towards the early evening, my examination of the library was unexpectedly disrupted. Sounds
By?
of running, wailing, shouting from several floors above. I
Okay.
vacated the library, but before I could begin my ascent, Professor Pointer appeared. He
Okay.
emerged from the Pointer staircase, crossed the hall, and begun up the Fellow staircase. Our eyes met. He was breathless. Something had caused him great alarm. He
Okay.
told me to stay out of the way. I consented. I decided to return to my office in the stone square. As I was passing through the front door, Penelope called out from behind me. She was clutching the banister of the Pointer staircase with an apprehensive manner. She wished
Okay.
to know where Professor Pointer had gone. I told her what had transpired. Then, she too crossed the hall and disappeared up the Fellow staircase.
Okay.
More so than at any moment prior, I felt like quite an intruder in the house. I took my leave, out towards the stone square. The grounds were silent. There were no signs of human life. Even the greenhouse was
Alright.
without its typical inhabitant. I noted that he, too, must be entangled in whatever was transpiring in Fellow Tower.
Who
An
was the...
unremarkable hour passed before the gardener finally made his appearance. He spoke to me of what had occurred. His
Okay.
report was as clumsy and cumbersome as the man giving it.
Did he seem upset?
He was rattled. That much was clear, but sorrowful, mournful, I cannot
Nope.
say.
Okay. Let's ask her about the different people.
Quite the stoic statue, isn't she? I can only dream of being as cold and indifferent as Flora Fellow.
You think she's hiding something?
Perhaps. She has some strange habits. I heard she barely sleeps, an hour here or there, sporadically. Spends the rest of her time staring up at the sky.
She really misses her bird. I wonder what
Did
happened.
you get anything useful out of him?
Not sure. What about you?
Nothing worth committing to paper.
He knows more than he lets on.
Probably. But talking with him is so tedious. Considerably intelligent, and her powers of observation are enviable. But she
Right.
has no ambition. No focus.
In her defense, she's still a teenager.
Barely.
I mean, what do you mean no focus? She's aiming to be a microbiologist.
314 cases solved.
Oh boy.
300?
And
She
14.
solved pi.
Freya Fellow is of great interest to me. I perceived her to be the most intelligent individual here at Tangle Tower. Within a day, she had identified for whom I was working and for what I was searching. I didn't
Oh,
know how she
boy.
did it. I was impressed. I regret that I did not question her more thoroughly when I had the opportunity.
You couldn't have known she was about to be killed, though.
I have only myself to
Right?
blame for failing to perceive the signs.
What signs?
I do not wish to do your job for you, detective.
I mean, are there like warning signs to
Tangle
murder?
Tower. No idea why they insist on calling it that. It's not even a tower. It's
I'm
little more than a
guessing
pair of turrets stuck on
Because
either
they're
side of a
tangled
ledge.
together.
Have you
All the drama.
searched the whole place?
I believe so. Why?
He wants to know if you found any secret rooms.
I'm afraid the residents of Tangle Tower are far too ordinary for anything like that. I was disappointed too.
Boy.
You truly consider this a case file?
What's wrong with
No
yes?
organization, no system.
it? That's my style. I like seeing everything laid out at once. Yeah, it
Oh,
helps
boy.
me think.
How quaint.
All right, what about
Have
the
you
harp
deciphered
statue?
the meaning of those 4 symbols on the harp?
We're working on it.
That's a no then. Where'd you dig that up?
It wasn't buried. It was underwater.
Someone
Oh,
trying
boy.
to conceal evidence, perhaps?
Maybe.
Conveniently left anonymous.
Of course.
It's useless until you can prove to whom it concerns. Can you do that?
No.
No. Painted portrait?
Makes quite an impression, doesn't it? Although I can't imagine why she painted Flora wielding a knife.
Not a
You didn't
knife.
see a knife anywhere in Flora's room, did you?
I did not. I conclude whatever stabbed Freya must have been brought into the room from outside. Unless, of course, it was the painting itself.
Surely you don't believe in that kind of thing.
A detective's job is to examine every avenue of thinking. You got it open. I'm impressed. I managed it myself yesterday. I thought
Of
Flora
course.
might be hiding something in there.
It was empty yesterday, too.
It was.
So
Perhaps
she's
it's always been
searching
empty.
for something. She's searching for a thing,
Paint
probably
is
for the
still wet.
pointers.
Yeah, well, we know Freya was in the middle of painting when she was killed.
Do you know that? How? Because you were told?
Yes?
Paints?
Yep.
Paints.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
A somewhat cumbersome device, and an altogether inefficient way to listen to music.
What kind of music do you like, Hawkshaw?
I like anything.
What a cop-out.
I believe that was in Flora's room yesterday, but it was not cracked when I saw it last.
okay, I
I'd
feel
tell him
like
not to quit
something
his day
definitely
job.
happened.
But he hasn't got one, has he?
Ouch.
These figurines remind me of a case I once solved involving a possessed doll. Turned out to be a bit of a smokescreen, as these things often do.
Oh,
Life
okay.
sounds fun. Grimoire, why don't
Indeed.
we ever have fun adventures like that?
Are we
Uh,
not having a fun adventure right at this very moment?
I mean, I'm enjoying it.
When did Freya draw
Drawings?
the picture of you, Hawkshaw?
I didn't model for her, if that's what you're asking. She must have done it without my permission.
Could just be from memory. It's
I
not
mean, that's
quite
possible.
as detailed as the others anyway.
I mean, that's true.
I admit, it's powerful. Freya was a talented young woman.
Someone even liked it enough to take a photo of it.
Now, we
Mhm.
don't know why they took the photograph, do we? Perhaps
There's
they
a
just
lot of
wanted
red.
it for reference.
Maybe it's a abstract painting of Hawkshaw.
A photograph of Freya could be important.
About the bird
A
book?
book from the library. One of hundreds, no doubt. What makes this one special?
It's about birds.
Mhm.
Yes, I see that. A diary. Have you read it?
Not yet. It's
No.
locked.
And you haven't attempted to force it open?
That would be cheating.
Does Flora still own that bird? Do you know?
I think so. The
don't.
drawings
Yeah, I
are
don't
from a
think
few
so.
years ago.
I see.
All right. I think that's all we can talk to her about. Let's look at this stuff.
Is that a clock?
It looks like it.
If it is, it's a clock with 4 faces.
All right, let's look closer.
I'm guessing it doesn't tell the time.
So what does it do?
All right, so these look like numbers. So that's a 3, and that must be a 9. This is a 2, which would be here, I guess. I mean, it's got to be like... Okay, there's got to be a way we can get it to show. This is just a moon. What is this supposed to be? Can we get this to go somewhere? We cannot move this? What? Oh, this is a 12. Okay, so that's a 12. So 3, that's got to be it, right? 3, 12, 9, and then that's got to be a 6, right?
That's the one.
Ah, there we go. That
Hey,
one's
not
easy.
bad.
Easy puzzles do be easy.
What's in the box?
A little tool thing? Looks like a telescope.
Hmm.
But I'm not actually sure what it is.
Okay, a small brass tool with a curved glass lens. It has a screw at the base. Can we do anything with that, I wonder? I don't know that we can, but okay. We can ask her about it, but let's look at the other stuff.
It's a big stone dais.
Biggest one I've ever seen. First one, too.
So by default, this looks like part of a dragon.
It's a sea serpent. Turned into stone by a wizard.
Ah, if you say so.
Of course.
What happened to its head?
Yeah, I'm wondering that.
Beheaded. By the same wizard.
Of course, of course. Okay, okay. She's got some parchments here.
A wooden trunk that opens up into a full desk.
I want one.
All right, we got a bench here.
There's a metal plaque on the bench.
Is there a message engraved on it?
I think there was at one point,
What does it say
but
now?
someone scratched it off.
Okay. What is this?
It's Tangle Tower. Or at least it's the mansion at the base of Tangle Tower.
Okay. Can we look at anything specific on Tangle Tower, or will it all be the same message?
Hi.
Yeah, okay. What is this?
A pointless little stone tower.
I
Okay.
don't know. Might be a good hiding place.
Want to play hide and seek?
I could be persuaded.
Alright, what about this?
A giant glowing gemstone full of plants.
Also known as a greenhouse?
AKA a greenhouse.
Exactly, Sally. Alright, let's talk to Hawkshaw and ask about what we found, right?
This belongs to you, Hawkshaw?
Correct.
And, what is it?
And we're
It's my
gonna take
handheld
it with
microscope
us
For
anyways?
up-close investigation work.
What do you magnify with it?
Trace particles, dust, oils, clothing fibers.
Have you used it here at Tangle Tower?
I have. I used it to examine the greenhouse only 2 days ago.
What
Oh,
were
boy.
you looking for?
That is between myself and my client.
Of course, of course. Alright, so I wonder if we can go to the greenhouse. An occupant of the... Oh, of the greenhouse. Hello?
Sally, don't move.
Uh,
We're being watched.
by someone with glowing
I see him.
eyes?
He's a little too big to hide in the bushes.
Oh boy.
Is anyone going to say anything? Or shall we just
Ah.
stand around staring at each other?
I mean,
Right,
that seems to
sorry.
be the
Sorry.
right thing to do.
That's better. I'm Sally. And the guy hiding behind me is Detective Grimoire. Who are you?
Fellow, the gardener.
Mm-hmm.
And why are you so tall?
I don't know.
Alright, tell us about
You
yourself.
work here as the gardener.
I don't get paid to do it. It's just my area of interest.
What's the deal with the plants? They're all kinda weird.
Right. Did you see the lake?
That giant green and purple lake surrounding the entire house?
Yes.
Yeah, I clocked it.
The color is just a byproduct.
Of...
Poison?
It's not poisonous. Not to you.
What's this got to do with the plants?
The water controls all life, just like
Yeah,
anywhere
because
else
there's
on the
been
planet. Clouds
nothing
form,
living in
rain
the
falls.
water, right?
The water grows the plants, animals eat the plants.
Mhm.
Anything you've perceived as an irregularity is simply a result of this hydrological cycle.
Could you say that again, but like...
He's like,
as if you were talking to a
what?
Slightly stupid person?
Our lake water causes the unpredictable alteration of DNA. Sometimes.
Alteration?
Interesting.
Like mutation.
That'd be the official term. For us, it's normal. Just nature.
And you're the local expert on all this stuff?
No. I'm just the gardener.
Uh-huh. What happened
I was in my
yesterday?
greenhouse, watering and weeding.
Sounds exciting.
Was
boy.
anyone else around?
Not at first. Penelope came in a little later. She likes looking at the flowers, I think.
Did you speak to each other?
A little, not too much. We both left the greenhouse in the early afternoon. I went up to my room. Then I came back outside to weed the main gardens. Didn't see
Alright.
anyone else. After that, I went up to the garden outside my room.
And...
Let me guess. Watering and weeding.
Right.
Indeed.
Did anything happen to you yesterday, Fitz?
He's like,
I was up in the rooftop garden. It was quiet. And then it
there's
wasn't.
a rooftop garden?
I can't describe it. Could have been a scream, but it didn't sound human.
Okay.
We thought it was coming from Flora's tower, so we went up there.
We.
Poppy was with me. Did I not mention that?
No,
Flora's room
you
was
didn't.
locked. That's normal. She usually locks it from the inside. I knocked on the door and shouted. Nobody responded. We became concerned.
You kicked the door down?
I did. Poppy and I
Okay.
went in. Freya was right there, laying on her back.
Huh.
Flora
But-
was there too, but I
Oh,
barely
okay.
noticed her at first. Poppy left the room for a while. When she came back, she had her father with her, and Fifi, too. Penelope arrived shortly after that, with Felix in tow. I thought that was odd. You don't normally see the two of them together.
Uh-huh.
Felix took charge. There was nothing else I could do to help. I wanted to go back to my room, but I realized nobody had told Detective Hawkshaw anything. I found her
Right.
pacing back and forth around the stone square. When I approached her, she snapped at me.
Uh-oh.
I think she was annoyed about being made to wait outside so long. But when I told her about Freya, she fell silent.
Okay. Interesting. All right, let's see what you have to say about the different people.
I like Flora. I hope she's all right.
Do you
How
think
is
she
she
had anything
related?
to do with the murder?
There's no way. She wouldn't willingly cause any additional suffering for anyone.
All right, what about Felix?
Felix is a contradiction. His loyalties are placed firmly within the realm of materialism, money, property. But his ego relies on an entirely fraudulent self-image, don't you think?
I was
Yeah.
just about to say the same thing.
All right. Okay. What about Fifi?
Fifi doesn't like me.
What?
Why
did you
not?
do?
I'm not sure. If you find out, maybe you can let me know. She questioned me,
About what?
my work, the plants.
Yeah,
Bit
she
of
was
everything.
investigating the
Did she
greenhouse.
search the greenhouse?
No, she didn't.
You sure? Maybe she did it when you weren't in there.
No, she hasn't touched it.
How can you tell?
Trust me. I can tell.
Uh-huh.
She
Interesting.
was always kind to me. She'd come into the greenhouse when I was working, sometimes by herself, sometimes with Poppy. I think they were just bored at first. Eventually, they started asking questions.
Okay.
About what?
Poppy wanted to learn about flowers. Freya, she used to ask me about the insects.
Yeah,
Insects?
okay.
One of my jobs is to protect plants from things that might eat them. Freya brought me this little glass box, leaves and twigs inside. She'd say, put all the troublemakers in there. Every day I'd put a handful of beetles and other things in the box. Then she'd come along and take it away.
Interesting.
I didn't really understand her, but she was always kind.
All right, what about yourself?
Have you met this guy, Fitz? Shifty eyes, doesn't say a lot. Totally suspicious, if you ask me.
That's me.
Yeah, it was a joke. I was joking.
Oh, I see.
All right, let's ask about our items.
Nice painting. Gives you a pretty good idea of the layout.
The lake looks like it forms a perfect circle around the island.
It might seem strange to you, but nature is quite capable of producing perfectly geometric forms.
And those mountain cliff things around the outside?
We don't know much about them. They're unscalable. Not even Freya could have gone up there.
What's that?
This painting, it's speculative. There are no photographs from this angle as far as I know.
So Freya just made it up.
Let's call it an informed estimation.
Interesting. Okay.
Who gave you that information?
Well...
We don't actually know who it was. We were contacted anonymously.
Okay.
I see. And what happens if the person who contacted you turns out to be the murderer?
I never thought about that.
Honestly, that would be kind of fun. Like a twist, you know?
All right, what about the statue?
It's of no interest to me, but I overheard Poppy and Freya talking about it once.
What were they saying?
They were arguing about something, but I
code?
can't remember the details.
Okay, so we definitely need to talk to Poppy.
That looks like it might belong to Poppy.
There's a lot we need to talk to
How
Poppy
odd.
about.
What do you think that is in Flora's hand?
I don't know. It does look like a knife, but Flora wasn't holding anything at all when I saw her after the murder. But there's something bothering me. Something else.
What?
When we went into Flora's room, she wasn't standing in this position.
Well, she probably would have moved around a little bit by then.
She wasn't standing at all. She was kneeling on the floor.
Huh. Interesting. Wonder
It's an
why.
egg with feet.
Yes.
It was locked, but we opened it, but it was empty.
Fun story. There's something off about this.
What is it?
Why don't you take another look at Flora's room?
You think we missed a clue up there?
Not exactly.
Okay.
Paints are different to flowers.
I'd say so, yeah.
At any time, flowers can bloom with perfect, faultless colors. Red, blue, white. With paint, once you've tainted a color by mixing it with others, not even the most skilled painter can return it to its pure form.
I mean, that's true.
That belongs to Poppy.
So why is it up in Flora's tower?
I'm not sure.
Makes you wonder.
That looks like it might belong to Poppy.
Everything belongs to Poppy.
Felix made that? Huh. That's quite sweet, really.
All right.
Fitz, one of these drawings is of you in the rooftop garden, I think, with Poppy.
Mm-hmm. Are we done? Freya's best work, in my opinion. Although, the photo doesn't carry the same energy as the real thing.
What do you think it's a painting of?
Yeah, what is
What do you
it?
mean?
Like, what's the subject matter? What's that big red thing?
Oh, I don't think it's that kind of painting.
Uh-huh. Okay.
It's Fifi and Freya.
Don't you think Poppy should be in the photo too?
Maybe, maybe not. She doesn't really like crowds.
2 people isn't a crowd.
Right, but if she was in the photo, then it'd be 3.
Checkmate.
Penelope knows about birds. You should ask her instead.
Actually, I wanted to ask you about something. There's
Okay.
a plant mentioned on this page, see? Do you have any? In the greenhouse?
No, I don't grow that anymore. I've tried in the past. It's incredibly difficult, even for me. I could never
kind
get
of
it to
plant
live
is it?
more than a couple of weeks.
Wonder what kind of plant
Looks like
it is.
someone doesn't want you to read that book.
That's the main thing making me want to read it.
Did Freya draw these?
Yeah. There's a note on the back too.
She was even closer to Flora than I realized.
What was the note on the back? I didn't see that. Oh, wait. No, I did. I did see it. Okay.
You ever seen this before, Fitz?
Yeah, this was used on your greenhouse?
No, but I don't normally go into Fifi's room.
That's
It's not
where we found it.
Fifi's.
Oh, I just thought it looks like it belongs to her.
Okay. Well,
Fitz's room is unlocked. It's up in the Fellow Tower.
we'll have to check that out.
This could be interesting.
Let's go later. I want to look around here first.
This one's in a little pot.
Yeah, what is that?
Okay, that is definitely not edible.
It looks like a gemstone, don't you think?
Let's see. A potted fruit with a hard gemstone-like skin. The soil in the pot is an unusual blue color. Interesting. All right, we've got this.
Bit of a decadent flooring choice for a greenhouse.
I guess. What's this?
A little chart of,
What exactly?
actually, I have no idea what it's about.
Let's see. These look like Greek letters, right? Alpha, beta. Yeah, these are Greek letters for what purpose, I wonder? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so if we see something with Greek letters, I guess that's going to be
What do you
important
make of it?
then.
Not a whole lot.
Okay. What's
It's
this?
bigger in here than I thought it would be.
What about these over here?
Is that fruit? It's shaped like fruit.
Too shiny to be fruit.
Indeed.
I think it's glowing a little too.
Could be.
Safe to eat, do you think?
I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, that would be my guess.
That's a
It's a
handsome
beetle.
Looks like he might have magic powers.
Remora doesn't like that idea.
Bags
Is that
of soil.
fertilizer? Oh, soil.
It's
Okay.
so blue.
Yeah. Dabba dee dabba da.
Tools.
Okay.
Used by a gardener.
Of course.
For gardening.
Makes sense. We got this.
It's glass, but I can't see through it.
Okay.
Total oxymoron.
I am not.
I think that might be it for now. All right, so let's go check out Fitz's room. That was Fitz, right? Fitz's room? Yes. Very minimalistic. Wow. All right, immediately look
It's
at the
a little
card.
handmade card. Someone's drawn a heart on the front. Inside it says,
It's
"To
from
Fitz,
Poppy?
From PP.
Okay.
That poor plant.
Looks pretty healthy to me.
Healthy, but sad.
We
I think it would rather be outside.
got a little plate here.
An empty glass and an empty plate.
Looking at it is making me want to cry.
Why?
I don't know.
He has a very desolate room.
Doesn't look soft.
Anything under the pillow?
Doesn't look soft.
All right, we've got a book here, or a box
Hello.
here.
Not hidden very well, is it?
I mean, there's nothing in the room. How
Doesn't
could he
need to
hide
be.
anything?
It's locked.
Okay.
It's a combination. Sort of.
A combination lock. So rearrange the pieces of paper to find the combination. Okay. Does that match? Maybe. That matches right there. This goes over here. Okay, so these go here. And then this goes here, I guess. I mean, where else would it fit? Okay, maybe. What is this supposed to mean exactly? We've got, okay, so we've got down arrow. I'm not sure, do they rearrange in different ways? This goes here. Can I rearrange this somehow, some other way? We can do this. Oh, okay, okay. So we can do different directions, right? Okay. So we also have, the question is how do I know which one? But we also have this one. Oops. Now let's see, what other way can we arrange it? We did that way, right? What if I do something over here? I can maybe do this and do this one. So we got this one. Now, what is the last one going to be, I wonder? What about like this? Oh, yeah. Okay, maybe that's the last one. And then this one. We don't have that shape, do we? That's more, oh wait, this is more of this one. So maybe it is like that, right? Let's try this.
I did it. What do I win?
There we go.
Not bad.
Nice. What's in it?
Anything in there?
I wonder.
Yeah, it's wrapped in a cloth. Hold on.
Okay.
Huh. That's kind of ominous.
Ooh. Okay, so that's got their initials. A metal gardening trowel with a decorative pattern. It has a decorative pattern engraved onto it and letters either side of a heart. PP and FF. Okay. So Fitz Fellow and Poppy, whatever the other people's last name is.
It's locked, but it leads outside.
Let me unlock it.
I thought we were halfway up a tower.
Indeed.
We are.
What's that thing by the handle?
All right, let's see. Slide the lid open, then move the tiles to the correct slots. Okay. Where are the correct slots? Surely it's not this. That makes no sense. So how do we know? Can we turn this on somehow? I don't understand. This isn't
Nothing.
gonna be
The
it.
tiles have all got that same sun symbol on them.
Right, but it's not the
Those
sun.
moon symbols in the slots. Are they connected?
Maybe they're connected, but also not connected.
That's what I'm wondering. Like, maybe they don't go into that slot, but where would they go? Is there anything different about this? That's what I'm wondering. We could try this.
It's not budging.
Maybe the information we need isn't here.
Okay.
Where is it?
Somewhere else.
Obviously. Okay, so we probably
Let's come
can't
back
do that.
once we know what to do.
Exactly. We'll have to check this out, just like the garden puzzle or the fountain puzzle. What's that?
Quit sulking. Not every room is going to be full of clues.
Oh boy. Okay, so where can we go now? I think we go back here. Actually, let's go talk to Fifi and ask her about Fitz. I'm curious why she doesn't like him. Alright, so can you tell me about Fitz?
Name, Fitz Fellow. Age, 24. Profession, cryptobotanist.
Oh
Likes
boy.
soil, dislikes electric lights.
Hang on. Cryptobotanist? I thought he was just a gardener.
That may well be his preferred label. Mine, however, is more accurate.
Do you and Fitz not see eye to eye, Fifi?
We do not.
Why
Well,
not?
Wouldn't have thought so. He's well over 6 foot, and you've got to be just barely 5.
So what's the problem with him?
Exactly 1 week ago, I witnessed him sneaking up Pointer Tower. He was making every
Okay.
effort to avoid detection.
So?
He was also carrying a knife.
Really? Was it a knife, though? Or was it a bird feather? Makes you wonder. Alright, let's find out about these new items.
Freya drew these,
Yeah, I think so. There's a note on the back.
but she never showed them to me.
Well,
Aw.
I think it was a gift for your mother. Like a private thing between Freya and Flora.
Oh, she's sad now.
This belongs to Professor Pointer, does it not?
No, I don't think so.
Who else would own such a pointless little telescope?
It's a telescope.
Oh, yes. It has a telescopic lens. It could only be used for looking at things that are far away.
Interesting.
The fruit here has a unique chemical makeup. It makes them completely pointless. Unless you wish to cut it down and sell it as a precious stone.
It's not edible.
Depends.
On what?
On
And
the
if you eat
structural
gems?
integrity of your teeth. That blade.
It's a troll for
Mhm.
gardening.
Right?
It is.
Yep. Alright, so we now have an idea why she doesn't like you, so let's go talk to you about it and see what you have to say. Alright. Well, let's ask about these two things
This is
first.
a good example of how things work. I mix that soil here in the greenhouse. It's made with water from the lake.
And it makes the fruit grow all shiny and gem-stony.
Sometimes, you never really know what's going to happen.
And what do you do with this shiny, inedible fruit?
Oh boy.
You look at it.
Yeah.
This is yours, Fitz?
Yes.
Do you use it?
I keep all my tools in the greenhouse.
That wasn't what she asked.
Uh-huh. Alright. Well. What about... Is there anything with these symbols?
All the flowers here look kind of poisonous.
Can flowers be poisonous?
I guess so.
Anything can be poisonous.
Good to know.
Alright, is this in any
little
way
chart of-
related to the
actually, I have no idea what it's about.
sun puzzle? Let's see. No, because there's only 4 of them, so that one
What do you
can't be
make of it?
related.
Not a whole lot.
Alright, so is there anything else that we can do right now? I'm kind of curious, actually, how is Fitz related to everybody? Is he just nobody? Like how are you related? I don't understand this. So, Fifi, mother, father, close fellow, or close friend. That makes sense. What about Hawkshaw? She knew Freya. Fitz doesn't talk about any of them. He's just kind of like on his own, right? Freya is, yeah, okay, so we know Freya's. Okay, so we have no idea how he's related. Interesting. Where would we go from here, I wonder? I think the next thing that we'll need to do is go investigate the pointer side of the tower. But I think that we will do that in our next episode. So what theories do we have right now? Well, I think obviously something happened in the tower. I think it caused, I feel like that's what caused all the paints to crack. I feel that's what made her fall down. And made the gramophone crack. Something happened. Could it have been related to Poppy's tapes? I don't know. We'll have to investigate as we explore up the pointer side of the tower. So if you like this kind of content, please make sure to like, subscribe, follow, share, all that good stuff. If you want to watch live, we're on Twitch at twitch.tv/Liara27. I have my schedule posted in the about and in the description. And if you want to see which games we're playing each day, I post them on x.com/Liara27. And I hope you'll join me in the next one. Until then, guys, bye.